Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about Java double OP. Well, what is double OP? Double OP stands for Object Oriented Programming. Many languages are Object Oriented Programming languages. Languages like Java, Ruby, Python and others are object-oriented programming languages. I hope you know about them. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Java double OP programming. What is Java double OP? There are many procedural programming programs and object-oriented programs. Well, the difference is procedural programs are about writing procedures or methods that perform operations on data, whereas object-oriented programming is about creating objects that contain both data and methods. Well, double OP is faster and easier to execute. I hope you know from experience that object-oriented programming in Java is very faster and it's easier to execute. Double OP provides a clear structure for the programs. As you have seen in programs that we've discussed so far, it clearly shows a good structure for programming when we used Java. Double OP helps to keep Java code dry. Dry means don't repeat yourself, and it makes the code easier to maintain, modify and debug. You can modify the code and debug it easier than in other procedural programming languages. Double OP makes it possible to create full reusable applications with less code and shorter development time. That means our code can be reusable in other applications, and we can only write lesser amount of codes and develop a good program in a shorter time. That's what double OP does. The don't repeat yourself principle is about reducing the repetition of code. You should extract out the codes that are common for the application and place them at a single place and reuse them instead of repeating it. This means you should gather your code and use it for common purposes like in making application and place them in a single place where it can be reused instead of repeating it. What are classes and objects in Java? Classes are objects that have two main aspects of object-oriented programming. Well, classes differ from objects pretty much. Here I have an illustration to see the difference between a class and an object. First, a class is given as a fruit, and the objects of that class are apple, banana and mango. If you see this example, you will clearly understand the difference between classes and objects. The class is the main value, and it has many objects. A class can carry out many performances and code, and it can have many object types for it. So the class fruit has apple, banana and mango objects. You can even add pineapple and dragon fruit to objects for our class fruit. So, a class is a template for objects, and an object is an instance of a class. That means a class can be used as a template for objects so that there are instances of objects inside a class. When the individual objects are created, they inherit all the variables and methods from the class. That means when individual objects get created, they will inherit many variables and methods from the class. As you know, there are many types of double OP principles. I'll talk to you about double OP principles in the following next lectures. So you must remember that there are many double OP principles such as inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, aggregation and composition. Those are the building blocks of object-oriented programming principles. I hope you got a clear understanding about Java double OP and how Java double OP is useful for applications that we build. So I have explained to you that double OP is faster and easier to execute, and it provides clear structure for programs, and you don't need to repeat yourself by repeating, and the code is easier to maintain, modify and debug. Double OP is reusable in applications and gives us shorter time in developing them. Procedural programming differs from object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming has replaced procedural programming and is the now new trend. Double OP is one of the best principles in Java and other languages. I hope you learn about double OP when you use many other languages other than Java. In Python, Ruby and C#, double OP principles are used in those languages. We can have other illustrations to see the difference between class and objects. In an instance where a class is a car, we can have objects such as Volvo, Lamborghini, Mercedes and other objects for that class. There are many examples for classes and objects. I just told you about some simple examples for classes and objects. A class can be used as a template for designing objects, and it has many instances of the class. When individual objects get created, they inherit all the variables and methods from our class. Now, I hope you got a clear understanding about double OP in Java. I hope to tell you about this in this video, and that's it for today. I hope you learned a valuable lesson from this slide, and I hope you will use double OP inside your code in the future when you code using double OP Java. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in another video another time, and thank you and please take care.